Very good morning to Dr. Suzy Salwa binti Jikan. This is a video of forum for our group presentation, group assignment, titled about issue, challenges, and innovation of green technology. Allow me to introduce myself as the moderator. My name is Kui Yizhuan. The three other panelists will be Lei Yishan, Lo Yiyun, and Melody Ong Hui Chi. We are from Group 8, and the topic that we will be focusing on is about solar energy. So, without wasting any time, let me introduce Lo Yiyun to briefly talk about the introduction.
Green technology. Green technology or green tech refers to a type of technology that is considered environmentally friendly based on its production process or its supply chain. For example, waste management, vertical farming, solar energy, and more. Why we need to introduce green technologies is because more and more natural disasters such as lightning floods, tsunamis, melting icebergs, and so on smart. In short, to protect our Mother Earth from getting animal sick, green technology is introduced to recover the Earth back to a healthy state. It produces energy for non-toxic cleaning products by using different methods and materials. In our report, we will focus on one of the green technologies, which is solar panels.
Thank you, Lo Yiyun, for her sharing. I do agree that solar energy is the way to recover the Earth to a healthy state. However, there are still a lot of challenges that needs to be overcome. Thus, let me introduce Lei Yishan, our second panelist, to talk about the issue and challenges.
Thank you, Koi. Now I will talk about the issue and challenge of the solar panel. The first issue and challenge for the solar panel is solar panels use a lot of space. This means that solar panels use a lot because the solar panel is so big. So in our roof, then only maybe 2 solar panels is enough to install on the roof. This also depends on the amount of electricity to produce. It could take up to the size of 100-foot ball field combined. The largest solar field is located in space and sit on about 173 inch and provide power to nearly 20,000 houses. The size of the land could be used for any kind, like grazing animal. This has always been a con that the significance of land can cause land degradation or habitat loss for wildlife. The hardest deforestation can also cause natural disaster like flash flood or landslide. For a household to use the solar panel, it needs to be placed where it can receive as much sunlight as possible. Solar PV panel require a lot of space, and some roofs are not big enough to fit the number of solar panel. Although there is an alternative to install the panel in the yard, it needs to have access to the sunlight, which is a biggest land comparison to install on the roof. So next of the issue and challenge is for the solar panel is dependent on weather or sunlight. Although without sunlight, actually solar panel can still work on the cloudy or rainy day, even snow day. But the intensity of the collecting the energy will drop since the sunlight is weak. If the night is longer than the day at your place, the solar panel will not work effectively because there is not enough sunlight for the solar panel to produce electricity. Same goes to the weather area. The performance of the solar panel will be lower compared to the summer of sunny area where there are only a few hours of sunlight per day during winter. There is also a common misconception that the solar panel need to be hot to function, but actually they are not. Solar panel work only due to the sunlight, not due to the hot primers. In other words, when the weather is too hot or the temperature is too high, the efficiency of the solar panel to generate electricity will drop. This discussion can be better proved by the temperature coefficient. The temperature coefficient for the solar panel is around negative 0.3% per degree Celsius to negative 0.5% per degree Celsius, mean that every 1 degree Celsius increase above 25 degrees Celsius, the intensity will drop around 0.3 per degree Celsius to 0.5% per degree Celsius. Therefore, we can know that solar panels are dependent on sunlight to generate electricity, not for the hot primers. In a nutshell, we can conclude that the higher the temperature, the lower the intensity of solar panel to work. So, we go to the third challenge or issue for the solar panel, which is the roof issue at the solar panel. The solar panel are an extension of photovoltaic cells. The solar panel requires sunlight as energy to generate the electric current. That is I already informed at the last challenge. Basically, solar panels are built on the top of the roof to ensure that the panel are able to fully absorb maximum sunlight to convert to direct to generate the electricity current. This might cause damaging on the roof during the process. If we install the solar panel on the roof with improper ways or steps, it might leave hole in the roof that will cause water leakage and damage in the interior or outer part of the roof, the house, such as the ceiling is being soaked with the water drop from the leakage. The water leakage can also easily happen when the rubber tube dry out or crash. If water leakage is undetected, it may cause the risk of the water bill. Besides that, due to the weight of the solar panel, it needs an external support to make sure that it is constantly on the roof. If the material of the roof is soft, not durable, or have any weak spot, cracking or fracture of the roof may happen after the solar panel are installed on the roof. If the panel are installed at the step part of the roof, it will cause the panel to lose strength over time and therefore causing the damage to the roof. So we go to the last challenge for the solar panel, which is the high intention cost or an expensive energy store. The sunlight is a renewable energy source that can be converted into usable energy by solar panel. The cost of the energy from new power plant on how wide wind and solar are now the cheapest source compared to gas and other material like nuclear. 10 years ago, solar was the most expensive option for someone using in building a new energy development. According to the data from the Levelson Cost of Energy report, and as I highlight that by our work in data show that the cost has dropped by 90%. In the long term, solar panel can generate much free energy since the return on investment will be high. It can be estimated that average household will use 15% of energy from the solar panel. Households who install the solar panel will face the cost problem. Solar panel will almost currently respond the larger single component of the our expenditure, which is almost 60,000 to 23,000 for a basic system of 3 kilowatt. This is because Malaysia has a higher living cost and more expensive cost than other neighboring countries. It has been found that almost 1/30 of the Malaysians are not able to the benefit of installing the solar panel and how much it costs to set up a system. In other ways, Malaysians should determine a solar energy system which is suitable for them based on the variables factor which are available budget or electric users and the roof size. So that's all for me lah. Thank you.
Thank you, Lei Yishan, for his amazing explanation of the issue and challenges. Without further ado, Melody Ong Hui Chi will talk about the several innovations to overcome the problems faced.
Firstly, silicon heterojunction cell was one of the innovation. The reason of using solar panels is because it uses a lot of space and efficiency is very low. The most solar panels can already provide an energy efficiency rating between 11 and 15%. In addition, the silicon heterojunction technology (CHJT) is initially introduced by a Japanese company in the year of 1980. It allows the production of photovoltaic solar cells with energy conversion efficiencies about 20%. Lastly, the use of this innovation, HTJ cell, was found by a Chinese manufacturer LONGi, and it surpassed the solar conversion efficiency and broke the world record of 26.30%. Secondly, we will talk about the maintenance and inspection of the solar panel. As we know that the solar panel needs an external support due to its heavy weight, so a proper assessment of the roof by those professionals are recommended, and they will test about the integrity of the roof to ensure that the solar panel can support the roof can support the heavy weight of the solar panel. This is to confirm whether the roof are able to withstand the weight of the solar panels or not, to avoid cracking occurs of the roof. Annual maintenance and inspection for both solar panels and the roof are important. It is also one of the effective ways to take care of our solar panels and roof. Lastly, we will talk about the transparent solar cell. Transparent solar cells were first made and introduced by MIT researchers. Next, the transparent solar cell normally create energy by relying on a device which is transparent luminescent solar concentrators (TLSC). The use of TLSC windows in skyscrapers can provide about a quarter of the building's energy, and it is without changing the original appearance. In addition, the TLSC will help to reduce the temperature of the building because it will coating the glass of the building to block the heat by absorbing the infrared radiation. All these forces will not change the appearance of the building or obstruct the sight of the residents. Thank you.
Thank you, Melody Onghui-Chi, for her sharing about the innovations. And now we will finally go back to To Yi-Yun for the conclusion.
Okay, so in conclusion, there are still improvements that could be made, and yes, solar panels are still far from perfect, but overall, it provides a positive net environmental impact. We can also totally agree that the issues and challenges faced are slowly being overcome by the innovations. It is our responsibility to do our part in making the world a better place to live in. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for listening to our forum. That's all from us.